Twin Cities, Twin Cities. This is the 2024 Twin Cities Film Fest, presented by Stern Banks, and I am your red carpet host. I am Buquan, and today, right now, we have the one and only, the maker, the director of Figures, Mr. Rhett Curtell. How you doing today, Mr. Rhett?
Never better, Buquan. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for showing.
Thanks
So,
for Stern Banks.
we have this amazing movie that you decide to create. I don't want to give it away too much, but it's called Figures. And Figures, you won't even believe what the Figures is talking about. Can you tell us more about it, Rhett?
Figures is actually a love story. You wouldn't think a love story and a snake story go together, but if you edit it correctly, it does. And so I went to the small country of Togo in Africa, and I went on a hunt with these zoologists. They wanted to research the western green mamba. And I made like a behind the scenes of them working, how they make their films. They've got a popular YouTube channel called Living Zoology, and I showed how the sausage was made. That's the way I like to see it, but I turned it into a love story. It was a lot of fun.
I can see it was a lot of fun. You took a lot of risks making this documentary. When you go to a remote area that don't have many doctors, they don't have the HCMCs, the Mayos, and you did not have any anti-venom. What made you want to take that risk?
It's fun. It's fun taking risks. I enjoy doing these wild shoots. That's my thing. I go to the wildest places and try to tell stories that have never been told before. It's kind of hard to get to, hard to access, and I enjoy it. I enjoy snakes, I enjoy animals, and in this particular region of the earth, I've never been before, so I said, sign me up. Let's do it.
When you start talking about sign me up, let's do it. So when you're going from one country to another, we start talking about expenses and budgets and going to another country to get a crew and things like that. How did you manage that?
I just went for it. It was that simple. I struck out on a few other projects I was working on that didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, lost all my money. And so on this one, I was kind of like, you know what, I'm just going to go out there with hardly any money, just a camera and a tripod and a couple wireless mics, and see what I can get. The idea was to come away with maybe a 10-minute thing about these snakes, and we were getting so lucky that I said then and there, you know what, I better go for the feature here. Because if it keeps going like this, I'm going to get a feature no problem. And that's how it went. You know, you can get a lot done and get some interesting content if something interesting is happening in front of the camera, and that's what happened for me. I didn't need a big crew, didn't need a lot of money, just some passion and some interesting subject matter, and we came away with a feature.
And a whole lot of trust, because he had a crew that really put their trust in him, and vice versa, right? I mean, you introduced the different kinds of snakes to people who was afraid of them, but now they're like, really, okay, they're just as important as humans.
They don't have wings. You know, they're not just going to fly up and bite you and kill you for no reason. But you did have to remain calm. You know, the snakes feed off your energy. So if you want to run over there and get another angle, don't run. You know, walk, respect these animals, you know, because they can kill you. And we were handling them, we were catching them, and we were filming them. And so we had to just, you know, respect them at all times. It was no joke out there. They weren't animal actors. They were the real deal.
I see that there was. You guys took necessary precautions to keep this snake safe. Not to mention, you actually inspected a safe that got injured, and I was like, okay, is this really going to happen? But I commend you on your enthusiasm and your passion for snakes, and also if things don't go the way that you think it does, just keep going. You'd be surprised what happened. Would you agree?
100%. You know, if it doesn't work out the first, second, or third time, that fourth time, that's going to be your time. You know, I've been doing this for 20 years, and this is my first feature. And, I mean, it had to happen sometime. I'm glad it finally happened, but it'll happen eventually, you know. And I got pretty lucky on this one, and I realized the role of luck in filmmaking. And if we didn't find any snakes, I wouldn't have had a movie. It turns out we found a bunch of snakes. And I had amazing people in front of the camera, my talent, from the Czech Republic, Mate and Zuzana Delaney. I couldn't have done it without them. They're my heroes.
Oh, there we have it. Heroes in the making. Do we got any more projects coming up in the near future coming back next year?
I've got lots of them, Buquan. Can't talk about them, no.
Absolutely. So there you have it. We got Rhett Curtell from the Figures. My name is Boo Kwan, and this is the 2024 Film Fest, Twin Cities Film Fest, presented by Stearns Bank. So if you don't have anything to do, get down here. St. Louis Park, come join us. You'll smell a lot of popcorn and favorite in the air. Be well.